Hello and thanks for joining us for Nautilus News, your source for all things UWF. I'm Rachel Hammock.
And I'm Joel Hendricks.
With the weather warming up, more students want to enjoy the outdoors with sports, and nothing is bigger on college campuses than intramural sports, especially soccer. For more on the story, here's Justin Sanders.
Since the FIFA World Cup last summer, American soccer has become popular once again.
Actually, it's a big change. I mean, the last World Cup was amazing. Everybody was into it, and it really showed like aspects. Because I mean, when I played high school, our soccer fans, we didn't have any. I mean, we had one or two. We were really happy, but as the years progressed, we had more and more, and that was a great feeling. I played my first year on the varsity team, and I was a freshman then, and that was fun. So, yeah. Well, typically I play like midfield. That's where I was in my high school team. Sometimes I'm at forward, which is my favorite spot to be at. I just like to run after the ball, take shots. That's what I like to do. Terrible defender. Well, you know, I try to be in a club. I try to stay around. I try to play as much possible, stay in shape, stay focused. Trials are, in fact, coming up pretty soon, so I'm just out here playing Wednesdays and Mondays. And we play indoors Thursdays and Tuesdays, stuff like that. In the first semester, I really didn't do much. I tried to email around, find a way to get into soccer, and I found the soccer club, and I've just been out here playing every once in a while. Well, what's changing this semester is that we actually have a different coach per se for our club team, so a lot of things are going to be switched around. We have a lot of new people coming out, a lot of dudes want to play, so that's a great feeling. We have about increased to 15 players, so we have to actually do trials now, and that's going to be interesting.
As the temperature is rising, soccer at West Florida is heating up. Reporting for Nautilus News, I'm Justin Sanders.
Thanks, Justin. It's really exciting to know soccer is becoming more popular in the United States. UWF clubs are always searching for fun things to do to stay involved. Here's our own Rachel Hammock with the report.
UWF's Campus Activity Board is sponsoring many events throughout the semester.
The committee that throws this event is actually Catch a Rising Star, CARS for short, and they came up with the idea for the event last semester, and they were just thinking of all these different taglines and how do we make sure that people know that it's us putting the event on. So they decided to call it Crashing Cars. Someone had a brilliant idea at a meeting, and so that's what all of it's been called. It's just really late night programming geared towards the 24/7 Commons hours. Mostly we are going to be displaying a lot of games. We have Xbox Connect. Kids are playing Dance Central actually right now. We have two Wii's hooked up to the flat screen TVs down here in the galley. We have the ping pong table. The pool tables are open and free. We have cards somewhere, so a card game may start happening in a few moments. But mostly right now the students are just focused on the Dance Central. Students don't need to bring their ID, and people from the community can come. We don't really check IDs because we think that'll probably be a hassle for a lot of students. Most people don't really carry their ID with them all the time, so it's really just open to whoever shows up. For this event in particular, our focus is more the students that live on campus. A lot of times they don't have ways to go downtown to bars and hang out and go to the club. They can just walk over to the Commons and have a fun hangout spot, and it's really safe. So the majority of our students here are on campus. Crashing Cars it happens 2 Fridays out of every month, so basically every other Friday. Crashing Cars and other events. Campus Activity Board, we put on tons of things. Next week is actually lip sync competition. We do the open mic nights, talent shows, rap battle, battle of the bands, comedians, everything really. There's a lot. Definitely the idea behind it, like I said, it was sparked by our Commons now being 24 hours. We wanted to utilize the space, so we figured we'd try out some late night programming, see how it went over. And so far it's been going pretty well, because a lot of times Friday nights students don't really have anywhere to go, even if they do have a car to drive off campus and go places. And it really is a safe environment.
So come by the Argo Galley on Friday nights to hang out for Crashing Cars. I'm Rachel Hammock reporting for Nautilus News.
That's very interesting, Rachel. I'll have to check that out. UWF students seem to believe that parking is a big problem on campus. Here with a report on that issue is Ryan Holtman.
Parking is a very large issue on UWF's campus, but there may be some things that students are not aware of or are simply ignoring.
Well, any university, especially universities in Florida, given how our funding system is set up, is going to have an issue with parking. Some universities have an issue where there is literally nowhere to park. On this campus, the issue is one of convenient parking. Not all of our parking can and in some planning theories should be near the building. But we're in a special boat here, given that half of our campus is a nature preserve and the other half is a small hill going down to wetlands. We're really constricted to where we can put parking. So whereas we always have parking in our overflow lots, it's not deemed convenient to many people. I tend to agree that it's not convenient, and we've never argued otherwise. When I go to a mall or to a restaurant, I want to park as close to the door as I can, and I certainly understand the student and staff and faculty viewpoint on that. But again, there's a reality here where we have built surface lots everywhere we can build them. Any new surface lots are going to be just further out on the perimeter of campus. We have one official designated overflow lot, and that's lot Z. We have overflow capacity in lot E, which is over by the HLES. I can tell you that by the fall term, if all goes well, we will have added 110 spaces to that lot, so we'll have excess capacity there as well. It's a big deal about communication. We have the capacity. I have data on this lot back to 2006, so I can prove there's always a place to park here. But we have to communicate that to people, and we used the Voyager, we used the News Journal, we used AM 1620, we had SGA town halls, we have a pretty expansive and detailed website where we list the overflow lot options and where students and staff can park. We rely on folks like you who do stories like this to help us get the word out. We have an information board near the cashier's office. I think the only thing I haven't done is I haven't been on WUWF yet.
Overflow parking lots and trolleys from these parking lots are just a few of the services that UWF students are not utilizing. I'm Ryan Holtman, reporting for Nautilus News.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Parking has been hectic all year, and hopefully people will be more aware that UWF offers students in the future. Pensacola's Bikes Plus and American bicycle manufacturer Trek have teamed up for the University of West Florida for the annual Bike Expo. Joel Henricks has more on the story.
Some people enjoy bright lights, fast traffic, and loud cars, but other people are taking transportation back to its roots.
Well, first of all, we need a driver's license and a credit card. We have a release form they need to sign, and they're required to wear a helmet when they ride as well, and then they can go out and ride a bike for about 30 minutes on the trail or on the paved areas around the campus. What we have here today is the top-end bikes or the high-end bikes in different categories for the 29-inch wheel mountain bikes, the 26-inch wheel mountain bikes, the Modone road bikes, just like the ones they ride in tour, and also the New Speed Concept time trial bikes.
We found being here on campus gives an opportunity for the students to participate. Real safe roads, great place to ride on the around campus with the road bikes, and then of course we have the trails here. Also, with the gas prices going back up, we're seeing more people commuting with bicycles, both students and in the workforce. So people are definitely using it as a less expensive way to recreate also.
It's very low impact, especially for your knees. So people that do have knee problems, biking is very low impact on your knees. It's good on your hips, good cardiovascular, good muscular training too. It's a fun, safe sport. Trek makes basically everything. We are a bicycle company. We make kids bikes, we make basically cruisers, we make hybrids, mountain bikes, road bikes such as you see in the Tour de France. And we basically cover the whole spectrum. So anything you really need, we can take care of.
We found with Trek, it's actually the customer service. We get a lot of really great support from the manufacturer themselves. They stand behind the product. If we ever have a warranty issue, frame problem, component problem, they're there for us, and they're there for the customers.
The bicycle, a simple solution to complex problems. I'm Joel Henricks, reporting for Nautilus News.
Thanks, Joel. Biking around campus seems like a way to have a good time. The Center for Performing Arts is at it again with another production. Here's Caitlin Winters with the details.
The theater department is kicking off its semester with Summer and Smoke, and there's a very special person in the director's seat.
It's about Alma Miller. She and John is her neighbor, John Buchanan. Alma grows up and kind of takes on the persona of something different than what she really is. She takes on the persona that she thinks she should be as a minister's daughter with all of these different responsibilities, whereas John, he just does whatever he wants and is very no holds bar. Like, I feel like going to South America, which he mentions a few times, and it's kind of like her losing that facade and him gaining who he really is. But they never really meet in the middle. It's finding who you are, but but through different approaches and kind of being refined through events and loss and heartache, but it's not as tragic as it sounds. It's a very coming of age type of story in a way. My sophomore year, when I was assistant directing Into the Woods, the next year they didn't have a director or a show picked out for one of the slots. They had the season announced, but one was just like to be determined. And my overachieving self was like, I wonder if they'd let me get on that train. They worked out a deal instead that I could do some other little directed study type things leading up to it. So then I took directing class and took that honors by contract so I could do a little more in-depth work. And then I did a directed study of directing a one act that my two actors, it was their senior project requirements for theater. And that was the typist. And those were all stepping stones up to this year now with Summer and Smoke.
Now go get your tickets and enjoy the show. I'm Caitlin Winters for Nautilus News.
Thanks, Caitlin, for an interesting look into the Center of Performing Arts.